Your inner game, your psychology, your mindset, whatever you want to call it, is absolutely essential. And in this video up here, I said something along the lines of that the most important relationship is the one you have with yourself. And the reason why that is because the relationship with yourself impacts all other relationships. So, for example purposes, if you want a woman to respect and to love you, you first have to respect and love yourself. This is just simply how it works. And the way I look at it is that you don't want to be attractive to every single woman. You actually want to be attractive to the right women, and that starts with you. So, what I'm going to do for you in this video is essentially share with you 3 mindsets that will help you with women. And the beauty of these mindsets is that not only will it help you with women, but it'll also help you in other areas of your life as well. So, let's get into the main talking points of the video. For those that don't know, the impermanence mindset is an approach to life that stems from Buddhism. And basically, in a nutshell, what it means is that you accept that everything in life is temporary. So, for example purposes, let's talk about human life. We come into this world, we grow, we decay, and then we die. Every living organism on this planet does this. Plants do this, animals do this. We come and then we go. This is simply the way of life. Another very good example of this is the seasons. Throughout the year, the weather is constantly changing. Nothing is permanent. So you might actually be thinking to yourself, well, what the hell has this got to do with relationships? It actually has a lot to do with relationships because once you come to terms and accept the fact that everything is temporary, you let go of finding the one. Because the truth is, the one doesn't exist. And what I've personally found in my own life is that you'll often meet different women at different times of your life that are maybe right for you at that particular time. For example purposes, my girlfriend at 18 years old was right for me at that particular time. I'm pretty sure if we were to meet now, we probably wouldn't be compatible. So, for example purposes, sometimes you'll meet a woman and she's only meant to be in your life for one night. You might meet another woman and she's in your life for a couple of months. Again, you might meet another woman and she's in your life for a few years. Yet you meet another woman and this woman is in your life for decades. It's actually a very, very good way to look at relationships because it eradicates neediness. It makes you way less fearful when approaching women because you see relationships for what they actually are, and that is temporary. For those that don't know, the abundance mindset with regards to dating is the belief that there is plenty of women available, that there is plenty of women who want you. And this is actually true because when you actually think about it and you look at the numbers, according to statistics, there is approximately 4 billion women on this planet. Let me repeat that. 4 billion women. So when dealing with women, it just makes sense to have a take it or leave it attitude. And what that basically means is that you just present your authentic self. You just be who you are. And if she likes it, fantastic. If she doesn't, you'll just find somebody else because there's millions, billions of women on this planet. So let's just get nerdy on this shit and run the fucking numbers. Let's just say out of that 4 billion women, only 1% of women in the world like the genuine version of yourself. 1% of 4 billion is 40 million people. That is 40 million women who like you for who you actually are. Just to put that number into perspective, that is the estimated population of the country Holland. Just let that sink in. Even at just a measly 1%, you have a country of women who like you for who you are. The surrender control mindset is very easy to explain, but depending on your psychology and your upbringing, it can be very difficult to practice. And all the surrender control mindset is basically about is basically just surrendering control. It's letting go of controlling other people. Because at the end of the day, you cannot entirely, the key word here is entirely, control somebody. So, yes, you can play mind games. Yes, you can use scare tactics. And yes, you can play on people's fears. And to be fair, in the short term, these things can actually work. But for long term and healthy relationships, I would completely avoid doing all of these things, because all these things will lead to is a dynamic where essentially king and queen are at each other's throats. They're just constantly fighting. So I'd honestly avoid things like flirting with other women to make her jealous, playing on her fears, withdrawing attention. The list could go on. All of these things are just low value behaviors, methods, whatever you want to call it, of just trying to control the other person. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, what if the girl is doing these things to you? Well, I'd ask yourself this simple question: is this woman worth your time, energy, and attention? Like, seriously, ask yourself that question, because there are plenty of good looking women who are psychologically healthy and do not play games like this.